forward that up to the cloud. And like I said, welcome. Thanks for being here. There's a little of my stats, but it really is not about me. You know, what this whole presentation is about is you. You know, I don't know what you've got planned for your life. If making money, earning an income, and those kind of things is, you know, one of your top priorities over the next 5, 10, 15 years or more, then I would pay close attention to what's going on. I'm going to go through a little bit of information, and I've asked a couple of other people to join me. John Haremza, #1 income earner and master distributor for Valentus. There's John's book that he wrote, great book. I want you to hear from John, and then, you know, we'll go through a little bit more information. So let me get this started.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And, you know, with your history and success you've had in the industry, Chuck, let me just say it's just an honor to be working with you. I mean, you're a legend in this industry and just, you know, have done amazing things, and just so excited to have you here, you know, with us here at Valentus. You know, folks, I'll give you a little history on myself. I've been now 30 years now in the industry. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, actually still have a lake home there, very near where I grew up. You know, I had no sales background. I was a blue collar worker. I was a welder, you know, building, maintaining equipment. I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia. And so I came to the industry, you know, with no self-esteem, no self-confidence, very shy and introverted. My first experience was NSA water filters, and just an amazing experience. It was 4 years there, learned the fundamentals, you know, fell in love with network marketing, learned how important timing was, how important a consumable product was, and so I've now been 30 years in the industry. I've been with 4 companies. Every single experience has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, NSA, 4 years, earned about $400,000. Was with Rexall after that for 12 years, earned $4 million. From there, master distributor of Wayora. Over that 12-year window, you know, was able to earn about $10 million, and then another couple million with its sister company, Javita. And now I'm with Valentus, right? And what's led me to Valentus, #1, is because here's what I believe, is all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation plan, you know, the timing, and the training and support. And if 2 or 3 of those elements are not in place, I mean, it really doesn't matter how good we are, you know, or how hard we work. I mean, despite our best efforts, we're going to struggle, right? I mean, you could take me now, having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I mean, I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done, but, you know, averaging, you know, almost $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So I'm not doing anything different. The difference is the vehicle, right? And let me, you know, we all know, and I'm assuming most of these people watching this are people that have been in the industry, you've had success, you know, hear these stories about timing, and timing really is everything, right? And timing is actually very predictable. I mean, timing is a factor of numbers. There's very distinctive tipping points to where, you know, that trigger, you know, momentum and trigger that critical mass window where the company actually, you know, just explodes. And here's what's, you know, we've went in the, I mean, we've had our challenges. We're 5 years old. You know, we had a really good start, or actually a slow start. Then in the middle, you know, 2016, we had a great year. We had some challenges. You know, in May of last year, May of 2018, we were under $1 million in sales. We just closed out July over $8 million in sales. Okay, we've grown $1 million in each of the last in the last 4 months, and we're on track here in August to grow another $1 million. But here's why I'm telling you the story from a strict number standpoint, right? It's we've reached that point. This point of geometric growth is starting to work for us, because 7 million of the 8 million in sales is all brand new volume. Everybody's new and fresh and excited. So our attrition is literally non-existent. And so it's kind of like if you look at that penny a day, doubled every day concept, and you know, you hit that certain tipping point where the compounding effect of numbers just, you know, kind of just take a course of its own, just explode. And if you look at, I got a little chart here. And if you look at the compounding effect of numbers, right, you know, a penny a day doubled every day, and it's about day 20. It's about day 20 that the numbers really become significant, right? And that's from a just kind of a comparison standpoint. I think that's where we are. We're at about day 20. Because we have so many brand new, excited people making money and exploding that we're ready to absolutely explode. Okay, so we went from $1 million a month to 8 million a month in the last year. We went from 2 million a month to 8 million a month since the first of the year. And I believe by the end of this year, we're going to grow 1 million in August. I believe with our conference in Orlando, we're going to grow 2 million in September. And I believe we're going to be doing 12 million a month by the end of this year. So this, and it's not just here in the United States. I mean, Chuck, you were just telling me about a meeting in Nigeria where you had people stand, 400 people in Nigeria, and we're not even official there yet, right? I mean, I was in Spain, you know, in May, you know, we're doing like $1.5 million a month in Spain. I mean, the thing is absolutely ready to explode. And again, I can just keep going. I'm excited, folks. This is the absolute dream time to join a company because we are ready to absolutely explode. So
Hey guys, so that's a little note from John. We recorded this the other day and I wanted everybody to see it. John's over in the Philippines right now. So obviously, if you have any people in the Philippines, get back with me, or better yet, go to Valentus Global Facebook page and you can get all the information for the upcoming meeting in the Philippines with John. So, you know, it's all about show me the money, right? Show me the money. And I was watching a clip on, you know, with Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire, and you know, it was just hilarious. I wanted to embed that and you know, show it this evening, but I couldn't figure out how in the world to do it. Let me show you this. You know, this really tells the story. There's what I started. Now, both Rick and John started 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, 2014. But, you know, starting in the beginning has its challenges, and you know, most of which companies don't survive. You know, luckily, Valentus did survive, and now they are thriving. So, so there's a benefit of being, you know, on the ground, you know, in the ground floor. But you know, now is really the time. You know, look when I joined, right? $724 was my first check. My last week's check, $9,600. That's 137% growth, right? Everybody would take that. Look at Rick, you know, $6,500, 26,000, 1,016% growth. There's John's. And this was before Optimum. You know, May the 11th through the 17th was before, the week before we did, Dave did the call to introduce Optimum to the world. So those were the commissions before. And then this was the first week after. And then as you can see, it just steadily climbed and climbed and climbed. And yes, $91,821 for the week. So that is more money than I've ever earned, and probably more money than most people have ever earned. But you know what? It's all possible. That's what I want you to take away from, you know, from this presentation here this evening. I wanted you to really understand how much $100,000 a week is. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Really, what is it? You know, the average person makes $35,000 per year. $35,000 per year. This is 3 times more than an average person makes in a year, and John is doing it in a week. And why is that? Leverage. You know, lots and lots and lots of people. John's organization is bigger than Rick's organization. Rick's organization is bigger than my organization, and so on and so on. I'm telling you that if you get started today, you can be where I'm at in 12 months. I'll be where Rick is, and Rick will be where John is, and John will be retired. But, this is a little hurricane, a Lamborghini Hurricane that I was looking at, and you see the MSRP. You know, it's nice to know that John can buy that with less than 1 month's check, right? That's always nice to know. So he's a little bit more conservative than that. Let me let you hear from my good friend, Rick Geralds. Rick and I have known each other for 20 years. Rick was the one that I was speaking to about Valentus, had really no desire to be part of the company, but you know, I asked him how it was going, and he said, well, you know, this was last February, March, April of 2018. He said, well, Chuck, you know, it's 4 years pretty soon, and I've earned $1.4 million. $1.4 million just happened to be a number that the people earn in their lifetime, right? Average person earns $35,000 a year, $1.4 million in their lifetime. And Rick just earned that in the last 4 years when I was talking to him about Valentus. So let me let this go.
For 15 years. Rick is another one of those guys, an incredibly hard worker, understands compensation plans like no one else, has made millions of dollars in this industry. You know, that type of work ethic, heart and soul in a leader, Royal Diamond here with Valentus, multi-million-dollar earner, someone I am very, very proud to call my friend, my confidant and co-worker here in this industry, Rick Geralds. And so, Rick, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hey, thanks, John, and back at you on all the compliments. You know, John and I come from kind of the same industry background. We were both in NSA and didn't even know each other and achieved the highest rank. So, you know, I was in Kansas, and I guess I don't know where he was at, but good old days. You know, 30 years in the industry, 38 years I've been in, you know, nutritional supplements. And since you kind of did some other things and took some of the thunder, which is great. I love your explanation. The timing, oh my gosh, guys, I'm excited. But why I joined this company really in the beginning, I've been here 5 years, and I joined this company in the beginning because of Dave Jordan and his wife, you know, Joyce. And I had actually encouraged Dave to start his own company way back in like 2010, something like that. And finally in 2014, he launched, okay? And when we launched, we had 3 products. Now we have something like 20. But let's be honest, I mean, you know, you wouldn't have wanted to join the company the first through the 4th year. You know, I mean, you would have wanted to join back in May of 2018 because we have in-house customer service, in-house shipping, okay? I mean, we are shipping 2 to 3 days all over the United States. We just brought on, we're testing DHL in many markets right now. I mean, that's a major international shipper that's going to ship right to people's doors, you know, their doorstep. So I'm pretty excited about the structure of the company. I'm excited about having Dave, who's already got, you know, Dave and I and you, John, we had built a previous company to 3.8 million, I believe it was, in 12 months. In 12 months, I think it was 12 months we did that. And you were number 1 earner, and Dave, who's our CEO, was number 3, and I was like number 4 at one point in that company. So we have a CEO that's a distributor's CEO, and he knows what we go through in the field. So everything he does at corporate and his corporate team, they're doing the things that are necessary to keep this ball rolling and keep the momentum going. And I was telling somebody the other day, I really believe that we're going to go to 100 million a month. But my story is just in this setting here. Back in May of 2018, I was earning about 8,000. I think I dropped down to about 8,000 or 9,000. And let me see, 10 months later, I'm Royal Diamond, making over 100,000 a month. I mean, I had no idea it was going to jump up that fast. I mean, I've had successes where I've been over 40,000 a month in many different companies, but never jumped to 100,000 a month, John. And why is that happening? Everything is in place. The comp plan is driving the products, and the products are driving the comp plan. And that's really the bottom line. Everything's in place for somebody to come on board. And what's more exciting, guys, it's not just you and I, John, with all the experience that are making money. I mean, I did a conference call back in July 9th, and it's on our website. I did a call where everybody I had on my call in the group were brand new people, never made money in network marketing, and they're scoring here, big money, not just, $300 a month. I'm talking about people are making $4,000 and $5,000 a week. This other gal that's in my group, I mean, she just made Royal Diamond. We got 2 Royal Diamonds now. All of this in 12, 13 months. So it's pretty exciting, but really, let me tell you why this is working. I'm going to talk a little bit about product. The coffee and weight loss together, 2 massive industries. You're talking about a very simple product that people already drink, John. They already drink the product every day. So it's like we got the best weight loss product in my entire career of network marketing for 30 plus years. We've got the best weight loss product, but it's being delivered in a coffee. Okay? And what do people already do every day? They drink coffee. So all we're saying is, hey, check out our coffee versus yours. Yours is just the beans, but ours is really magical. It is a miracle coffee, okay? But we call it, Slim Roast Optimum Coffee, okay? But the reason it works is because it works with the metabolism, okay? It works 6 different ways, 7 different ways in the body. You can have 5 or 6 different positive results right up front from 1 cup. And that's what's really exploding this. The product is working. People are getting results. They're losing weight. They're losing inches. And they don't have to change a habit. I've been in the fitness industry. I've been in the diet industry. I've done that for 38 plus years, recommending to people nutritional supplements. If diet and fitness were the answer, if going to the gym every day was the answer, then why did Houston, Texas get voted not only the fattest city in the nation 2 years ago, but they got voted the most people who work out per capita? That means we have a bunch of overweight people going to the gym, and it's not working. Because if it was working, we would be voted the skinniest city eventually. And we're still the fattest city, okay? Texans like their pork and their beef, so and their potato salad. So anyway, we've got a product that's really exploding the pay plan. We've got a pay plan where you're getting paid 6 ways, and you know exactly where the money's coming from. Somebody, once they watch a 12.5-minute Zoom of mine, they know exactly how they're getting paid. And that's not like other companies, I'm sorry to say, but most other companies, people are walking around going, I don't understand any of this, And so what's nice is over here, you can be excited and just build your business. And it's very simple. You only need 2 or 3 people to start making good money. You don't have to go out and build 3 or 5 or 10 legs wide. So we've got the product that's helping people's metabolism, because that's what's going on out there. Obesity is a worldwide epidemic. And so with a worldwide epidemic, and we have the solution to the worldwide epidemic of obesity, and it's a solution that people already do, most people already do all day long, is drink coffee. Simple. So that's Rick, what's exploding.
Rick, one of the things everybody's going to ask is, well, that Rick guy, he doesn't really look like he needs to lose any weight. And
no, let me tell you something. Everybody has 5 pounds, trust me. Here's how I got excited about this. When I first got the coffee, I had been drinking Starbucks. I'd go to Starbucks, and I'm 55 years old, and about 5 years ago, I started drinking the black coffee iced Starbucks. And I thought, oh my gosh, this tastes terrible, because it was straight. I didn't put any false sweeteners and all that garbage in there. So I would drink it before I go work out because I needed a little 50, 60 milligram caffeine lift. And so I would force this thing down, and after about 20 times I got used to the taste. I acquired the taste, right? What's nice though is our coffee doesn't taste bad, and it's not bitter like that. But so what happened was Dave went ahead and said, Rick, I'm going to send you some samples. It came in a little can. In fact, I've got the can right here, guys. I've got the original can, and it says Mood and Appetite Coffee. And I love this can. I'm going to keep it forever. Hey, you can put it on top of my grave, Valentus coffee. But
hey guys, I'm the new kid on the block, and most of you guys already know me, so I don't have to introduce myself. But been around the industry for 30 years, just like John, just like Rick. So there's about 100 years of experience here between us three guys. I had no intentions whatsoever of doing Valentus. I mean, I was done building a team. But I found myself the fattest I had ever been last January, February, March, April. I was looking for a solution, and wouldn't you know it, right? Wouldn't you know it that I'd be on the phone with Rick, and then Dave would call me, and they said, hey, man, we got this amazing weight loss coffee. And I said, yeah, heard that, been there, done that. I said, I'm not interested in doing anything. But you know what? I was busting out of my clothes. My clothes had shrunk. And, so I got some of this coffee, right? I mean, this is it. I got it. I didn't expect it to do anything. And I started drinking 2 cups of coffee every day, lost 9 pounds the first week, 18 pounds the first month, bought an airplane ticket to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, met John up there. The rest of it's history. I mean, I had never seen a product in my life that works as rapidly as this product does. I mean, let's face it, it works almost instantly on almost everybody, and everybody gets the same results. So, my check has gone from zero, obviously, to $10,000 a week, and I'm the new kid on the block. So I'm just going to follow in their footsteps. I'm going to do what I'm told and continue to be trained, which is difficult. Continue doing what I'm doing. So, guys, I'm just going to encourage you to get off the fence, right? Get off the fence, buy a business builder package. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's go get started. We've got the conference coming up in September 5th, 6th, 7th in Orlando. Be at that conference, get to meet everybody. But this is a home run. I mean, this is just nothing short of something that will change your life. It'll create generational wealth if you're willing to step up to the plate and do something. Any final words of wisdom, Rick, John?
Hey, all I was going to say was I lost 5 pounds in 5 days drinking 2 cups a day, and I was 210. I went down to 205 in 5 days, 2 cups a day.
Wow.
And the taste is unbelievable. I drink it straight iced. I love this stuff. It's taken us to 100 million a month. You guys watch. We're going to go. We can feel it. But if you're out there and you haven't got started yet, you really need to get serious about this, because if we're going to 100 million a month and we're at 8 million, you get to ride that wave and that excitement all the way up, all the way from impending events, every event, getting people there, going out and getting people in the United States and having it grow globally. You got a chance to really score here. And if you let this go by, let me tell you, I don't know how John feels, but in my 30 plus years, I've never, honestly, I don't think I've ever, well, maybe 1 or 2 other times, had a timing situation to where I hit the company at the right time. There's a previous, and that's the time you want to be there is right there in concentration, right before they hit that, that momentum curve where they're starting to go up, and we're starting to go up. And it's pretty exciting to be a part of. So, I mean, I'm telling you, if you're sitting on the fence, you're making a huge mistake. You go out and tell 100 people, I promise you there's going to be more than a dozen wanting to get involved with this business. Right. And if they go out and tell 100 people, everybody drinks coffee. Everybody needs to lose weight. Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to be mentally clear, feel better, meaning feeling happy. I mean, that's what our coffee does for people. It's absolutely a miracle coffee. It's incredible. Never seen anything like it in my 38 years.
Yeah. John, words of wisdom.
Yeah, well, the only thing I can say is, when you're involved in something you really believe in, and you see the type of success all around you, and it just magnifies and multiplies that level of belief, because this business is all about belief. And when you're with something and doing something you don't really believe in, or your belief is not where it needs to be, I mean, it's work and it's not fun, right? But when you're in an environment, in a growth environment like what we have, and I want you to think about that and whatever it is you might be doing, when the last time you truly just couldn't sleep at night, right? Right? I mean, just that excitement, that raw enthusiasm, like that newbie first ever learning about, network marketing. That's the way I feel right now because of what's happening. And it's a fun way to live, right? So, Chuck, back to you.
Yeah, we're having fun, Chuck. We're having fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, guys, you just heard from the #1 and #2 income earners in Valentus. And, there's nothing else I can say except, get back in touch with me. Let's go get started. And I'll see you in Orlando. So, John, have a great trip to the Philippines. Rick, I'll be around all day. So, guys, thanks for the time. Guys, this is, I really wanted to get this message out, which is the reason that I put this into the presentation here this evening. I'm going to do it on Wednesday as well, because I think it's all about, this is what is driving the momentum right now is, the income stories and the product stories and the income stories. As those two things, begin to escalate and, continue to be broadcast out there to the public, then obviously it just continues that momentum and that growth. Business from Home magazine publishes this. You can go to business, I think it's businessforhome.org, and you can take a look at all the income earners in the industry. So, there's really what's happened as far as my income and Rick's income. You know all about coffee already. I mean, we know it works. You can go to our Facebook testimonial page, which is fbtestimonials.info, fbtestimonials.info, and go and look at it. Let your prospects look at it. Everybody, there's over 40,000 people that have joined. As far as Dave Jordan and Valentus, that's the building I walked into in June. Luckily, it was June. It wasn't January. I wouldn't have gone. June of 2018, because I wanted to do, that due diligence myself, right? Yes, I believe Rick, I believe John, but I had to go and sit down with Dave myself and spend 2 days with him going over things, because, I just didn't want anything to all of a sudden pop up and me not know about it. But, guys, the company is as solid as a rock, and is here for the long run. So Dave is preparing now for the growth. There's what John was talking about as far as the start of momentum, 900% growth from 700,000 to 7 million, and now 8 million in July. I only had the May numbers. But, again, we have gone through and we've talked about this chart, where we're at in our growth. John talked about day 20, right? Day 20. That's not far away from day 30 and that penny doubling concept. There's the numbers that I think that we'll get to in very short order. So the next 3 to 5 years are going to be critically important. And that's why I'm See, I already know. When John is making the kind of money that he is, Rick is making the kind of money he is, and everybody else, the top leaders are making the kind of money that they're making, it's very easy for me to see the path. And it should be easier for you to now start to see the path as well, because, the path has been cleared out, and all you've got to do is just move things along. Start at Ruby, Business Builder Pack, and then start building and building, talking to people. I mean, it really is an easy conversation. Hey, Bob, I found something that you and I can make some money at. Are you going to join me? And have that conversation with as many people as possible. I was just talking to Rick about, I'm at Triple Diamond since October, and I think it's about time to make a push for Blue Diamond in August. So I think that where we're at, I think that is probably possible. So if not August, for sure September. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, you heard John's story, you've seen Rick, you've heard his story. My story is no different. I mean, I owned an advertising agency. I never thought that I'd ever be in network marketing. And then I just, learned something brand new. Now it's been 31 years that I've been able to work from home. So for first year, almost $225,000. And again, guys, if you're not using this strategy, the power line strategy, then you're really missing the boat. If you're not pre-enrolling people that you're sending product to, sending samples to, and you're talking to them about building one team straight down, you're really missing the boat, because this is a very, very, very powerful system, and it works, magically. So every Thursday is cutoff, every Friday is payday, and I'm sure John is looking forward to, next Friday's $100,000 check. He's kind of capped out where he's at. He's maxed out in the dual team at 3,500 cycles, which is $70,000 a week, right? And the next jump to the next rank will take him from 3,500 cycles to 5,000 cycles. He'll max out at 100,000 a week. So here's, short of going to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and doing your due diligence, I would encourage everybody, brand new person, if you think that Valentus is in your future in any way, shape, or form, I would make plans to be in Orlando, Florida on September 5th, 6th, 7th, and come and see and touch and feel and talk to all the people and really get a feel for the company. There's somewhere 13, 15, 1,800 people that are going to be there, coming in from all over the world, from Spain, from Africa, from Korea, from South America, from all over the globe. So by all means, come, and this really has a way of building your belief, right? I mean, your belief is how you feel about something, right? And this will make you feel very good about where we're at with Valentus and your future. So, guys, that's it from my end. I hope that you enjoyed what Rick and John had to say. Like I said again, if you have anybody in the Philippines, definitely get over to Valentus Global Facebook page, get the information. I was on the phone with an orthopedic surgeon in the Philippines. Actually, it was 6:47 my time. It was 6:47 in the morning in Manila. And he's going to the meeting. He wanted to know how many guests he could bring. I love it. I bring more than 2. Yes, you can bring 20. Oh, I could bring 20. No cost. No, just bring them. Okay. So, hey, guys, I'll get this recorded. It's all recorded. I'll get it posted up on YouTube, send it out to everybody. And if I can do anything for anybody, just give me a shout. I'll be here working away. So with that, God bless everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. And get started. I can't emphasize it enough. Get started. Good night, everybody.